Here is a nice and interesting problem that was shared by you. Here is the following setup. Find all x, y as a integers satisfy this following equation. So we get a power of 3 to the x equals the perfect square, which is y square, plus number 18. Okay. In reality, if you try to solve this equation on this form, you may find some problems, but if you think to make some substitution here and reduce the equation to the simplest expression, you will find the solution easily. Okay. Now, what's the nice trick we can apply here in order to solve this equation quickly? Okay. So if you take a look up here, you see this number 3 is an odd, which means the right hand side of this equation must be odd as well. In the other word, y is odd. Okay. So y is odd. Let's check the parity of x. Okay. Let's reduce the equation to the mod 4. Since we know y is odd, implies if you square this integer, you will have the remainder number 1 when you divide by 4. Okay, it's more simple. Then reducing the equation to the mod 4 from both sides, so we get here this number 3 becomes minus 1 all to the x, because we know 3 equals 4 minus number 1. 4 is already 0 because 4 divide 4, so which means I get minus 1 to the x is congruent to y square, which is 1 there. If you reduce the 18, 18 is the same as 16 plus number 2. 16 is 0, so I get 2 plus 1, which is 3. Let's take minus 4 from both sides, because minus 4, since we are reducing to the mod 4 here, so we get minus 4, which equals minus 1. So in order to get minus 1 here, which means x must be odd. Okay, this one is telling us x is odd. Now it's very important information. We are going to see this one. We are going to use them later. So what to do here, if you take a look carefully here, for all x is super equal to 1, we know 3 divides the right hand side of this equation, which means when we keep x is super equal to 1. Okay, so since 3 divides the right hand side of this equation, in addition 3 divides 18. In the other word, 3 must divide y. Okay, let's put it as a note. Note 3 divides y square plus 18. Since 3 divides 18 implies 3 divides y. Y square means 3 divides y. If 3 divides y, which means get y equals 3m. Let's take this value and replace it into the original equation to see what's the next expression. So get 3 to the x, which equals 9m squared plus 18. Now it's more simple. I'm going to divide both sides by 9 when we have x is super equal to 2. Okay, for all x is super equal to 2, I will have nice expression here. It's 3 to the x minus 2. Okay, divided both sides by 9, so I get m squared here plus number 2. This number 2 equals, this one is the same as m squared plus number 1 plus number 1. Let's take this number 1 to the left side. Get 3 to the x minus 2 minus number 1, which equals m squared plus number 1. Okay, since x is odd, when you subtract number 2, the parity is not going to be changed. You will have the same parity, which means this one must be odd. So let's replace x minus 2 with a. Okay, I get here 3 to the a, which is odd, minus number 1. Let's factor out that on the form of the product. So get 3 3 minus number 1 factor 3 to the a minus number 1 plus 3 to the a minus 2, and all the way down until you get number 1. So this product equal m squared plus number 1. Okay, so 3 minus 2 you get 2 factor 3 to the a minus number 1 plus 3 to the a minus 2, and all the way down to number 1, which equals 1 plus m squared. Here is the thing. We know the right answer of this equation is even because we get number 2 here. And in addition, since we get this odd, since you get the exponent odd here, which means the number of the terms here is representing the exponent. Okay, if the exponent is odd, which means the number of these terms must be odd. Okay, if the exponent is even, which means this product must be even. Okay, so in the other word, this one is odd. You can take an example like 3 cubed minus number 1. If you let's put it here like 3 cubed minus number 1 equals 3 minus 1 factor 3 squared plus 3 plus number 1. So it's clearly this one is odd. It's the same as here. Okay, so this is odd, but this one is even. So the only way to get even here, this one must be equal to. Okay, so get m squared plus number 1 equals 2. In the other word, m squared equals 1. In the other word, m equals plus or minus number 1. Okay, we don't care about this one. Now we are going to find our solution since we know the value of m. So we get the m equals here, depends the sign of m. This one it could be plus 3 or minus 3, which means y equals 3 or y equals minus 3. So we'll have two solutions here. Now let's set the solutions. So the first solution x, let's find x. So replacing this value of y here, so we get 3 squared, which is 9, 9 plus 18, which is 27. 27 is the same as 3 cubed, which means x equals 3. X equals 3 with y equals 3. We have the second solution, x equals 3, y equals minus 3, because you will have the same thing here. So y equals minus 3. So which means we have two solutions for this equation. Okay, so I have done with this problem. Don't forget to support the channel. If you have any suggested problem, just put it in the comment section below. So thank you for watching. I will see you next video. Bye.